Today we're going to take a look at After Effects. We're going to do a Snowman tutorial. When you open up After Effects, you get this window and we're going to go to New Project. So when we go to New Project, it's going to then open up and we have our project panel here. We have our stage, our composition where we're going to be working in our file. And then we also have this area down here where it's our timeline and we're going to be adding some layers. So to start this up, we're going to go to Composition, New Composition, and I'm going to entitle this Snowman. And right here is our aspect ratio. So we're going to do 1920 by 1080. So the width is 1920, height is 1080. Pixel aspect ratio, that's the size of the pixels. I'm going to do square pixels. Our frame rate is 24, so that means there's 24 frames per 1 second. This can also be changed too. This is also different for video, but for right now we're going to do 24. Right down here is our duration, and if we see this 0, so we're going to start from the right side. So this area right here is frames. It goes seconds, minutes, and then hours. So our animation is going to be quick. We're going to do 6 seconds. So turn that to 6. So I'm going to 0, 6. If for some reason your piece is real short, when you're doing this or when you render it out, come back in here and take a look to make sure that it is not 6 frames, or if it's really, really long, make sure that it's not 6 minutes. We want 6 seconds and hit OK. So when we have that, open this up. If you need to go back and change anything in that composition, we're going right up here, Composition Settings. I do have the background color set to blue. This can be changed too, so I have a color picker. I'm going to do like more of a purple, can be black, can be any color you like. And if I wanted to change my duration, it's right here. And let's hit OK. So I'm going to take a look up here, up at the upper left-hand corner. These are the tools you're going to be working with. We're going to be working with some vector shapes. Vector means that it can get large and small and it won't lose resolution. So I have my shapes here. I have my pen tool. These are the same tools that are in Illustrator. I'm going to grab my pen tool and I'm going to make a hill in the background. So if I click and drag, gives me the Bezier handles. Click, 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 click. Complete the shape. It fills it in. Over here, kind of in the top, it says fill. I'm going to change that to a blue grayish color. I also have stroke, so you can put a stroke on it. For right now, it does not have a stroke. When I did that, it created a shape layer down here in my timeline and also gave me a bar. I want to change the name of this. So in my layer down here, I'm going to click on it and I'm going to hit enter. And I'm going to say front hill. Right. Now I want to make sure that I click off of it because I'm going to make another hill. And I'm going to click. Right. So it fills it in with the same color as previous. So I'm going to change that color up a little bit. We go a little bit darker. Right. And I'm going to title this Back Hill. Again, hitting enter on my keyboard. All right. Now, back hill is in front of the front hill in my stacking order, so I can take this and drag it behind, and now it's behind. I'm going to grab my selection tool and my front hill, I'm going to bring it down just a little bit, move it over a little bit, bring this down. All right. Now the next thing I want to do, and I actually really want to reshape this a little bit, so I'm going to use my back hill. I'm going to use my selection tool, and I can pull the points. And I'll lock that front hill. And I can reshape it if I need to. I also have a convert vertex tool here too, that I can then change the shape and the point of my hill. So all these things are also found in Illustrator. Okay, so I'm changing my points here. So instead of doing the shape over and over again, you can just do the shape one time and then change it up a little bit if you need to. All right, there we go. Okay, so the next thing is I'm going to make some trees, and I'm going to be using the pen tool. So I'm going to grab that. I'm just going to make one tree, and then from there I'm going to duplicate it and make several other trees from that duplication, change the shape of them, change the color of them. Okay, so there's my tree. Right up here, my fill. And pick over here with the green hue and hit OK. I'm going to grab my selection tool, and I can move this around. Now this thing here, this is called an anchor point. So every shape that you've created in After Effects has an anchor point. So if I need to move my anchor point onto my object, there's this thing here called the Pan Behind tool. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to move my anchor, putting it right in the center. Make sure you grab your selection tool after you move it. All right, so it's right there. Now I'm on a PC, I'm going to do Control D, down here in the layer, Control D, so it made a new layer for me. And then another Control D, it made a new layer. And then I ended up hit Command Z and took the anchor point off. Right, so I have my selection tool. So now things that are closest to you are going to be larger, things that are further away are going to be smaller, and they're also going to be not as vibrant. So my front tree is going to be a little bit lighter, a little bit more saturated. My middle tree is going to be a little in the middle. So my front tree is going to be larger, and my back tree, I'm going to open this up. If I open it up, it says transform. So these are our animation properties. I'm going to take this and scale it down just a little bit. Put it in the back. My middle tree, going to open up, transform, scale that down just a little bit. Move that over there. And then my third tree, which is the closest, I'm going to open this up, scale that up a little bit. There you go. And then I'm also going to name these too. So when I select this, I see, oh, it is the middle tree. So I'm going to hit Enter, middle tree. And you can do spaces in this program when you're renaming things. You hit Enter, front tree, and then this is the back tree. And hit Enter. All right. So now I'm in my background, and I'm going to close this up, and this is going to stay still. I'm not moving this. So over here on the left-hand side, I can lock it with the little locks. What I'm going to do now is create my snowman. So with my snowman, I'm going to be using these vector shapes using the ellipse tool. I'm going to click, and if I hold shift, it will keep it so it's perfectly round. I'm going to go to fill, make like a white color, hit OK. Again, right here is my anchor point. I'm going to move that over, get the pan behind tool, and move it right on my shape, and then lock it with my selection tool. So I have that selected. I can then go to my layer, do Control D, which ends up duplicating it. So I've just duplicated it. It's the same. I can open this up, open up transform, and I can scale it down a little bit. So I'm scaling it down. So here's the shape of my snowman. And the first one I made, that's going to be the body. So I'm going to hit enter and call this body. And then the second one is going to be head, hit enter, head. And the body, so these are separates. I'm going to parent my head to my body. So this thing's called a little pick whip. I'm going to take that, parent it to my body. And now when I select body and move it, the head's coming along. I want to add a little hat to it. I'm going back up to my vector tools, getting my rectangle tool. I'm gonna make a little hat, a brim. Oh, I didn't want to do that. So do you see how I had body selected and then it put it with the same layer? I'm going to do a Command Z or a Control Z, takes it off. I want to make sure that none of my layers are selected. It will end up making a new layer. So I'm getting to get the rectangle tool again, and there we see we have a new shape layer. I'm going to go up here, fill, I'm going to pick black, and I'm going to do the same thing, making sure that I don't have a layer selected. I'm going to make the top of the hat. Right. So I can go back in here, hit enter, call this hat brim, and then call this hat top. Okay. I also want to parent those to the body. So I'm going to get the pick whip, go to the body, get the pick whip, go to the body. All right. Getting the selection tool, now I'm selecting the body and everything is going together. All right. Now I want to animate this. So I'm animating on the body layer. I'm going to open this up and you're going to see it says transform. Transform tools are, we open this up, we've got anchor points. We're not going to mess with that because we set it. We have position, scale, rotation, and opacity. This is the playhead. Wherever the playhead is in the timeline, when you click on this little watch, that's when it ends up putting a keyframe down for you. So I'm not quite doing anything yet. I'm going to move my time indicator to the beginning. I'm going to pull my snowman off. I am going to hit the watch for position. It adds a keyframe for me, tells me this is what starts my animation. So I'm going to move this down my timeline, and I have to move it down my timeline, and I have to move this. So when I end up doing that, it lays down another keyframe for me. This is called a motion path. It creates a motion path. And I'm moving my snowman along here. Right. If I hit the space bar, it plays my animation. Right. Now with this motion path, if I click on it, I can move my path if I need to. And the next animation I want to do is scale. So with the scale, I'm going to scale down the snowman because he's going to be a little bit smaller and then he's going to get larger as he's coming down the hill. I click on the keyframe. As you can see here, this is a little link which makes the X and Y coordinates or of the percentage the same. And as he's moving along, I'm going to, it's called scrubbing up. It's going to get a little bit bigger, about right here. So when he hits here, I'm lining up the playhead with this keyframe, so when he gets there, he's going to get real big, and then he's going to go off screen. So I'm going to hit the right. So there's our snowman animation. I'd also like to show you, and you don't have to do this, but you can find sound files and bring the sound file in. So how I do that, let me do this again. I'm in the project panel right here. I double click, and then I'm going to go find my sound file, click on it, hit import. Just because it's in my project panel, it's not in my timeline, so I have to put it in my timeline if I want it to play with my animation. So I'm dragging it down. Now it's on top. I hit the space bar. All right, so there we have our animation. Now I do have a couple seconds here that it's just nothing, and I want to shorten that up. Right here, this is my work area end. I'm going to take this and drag this. So this is where it's going to end, because the next thing we're going to be doing is putting it into the render queue, and I'm going to output it. So I'm going to turn it into a QuickTime. So now, do it one more time. All right, I'm going to go to Composition, Add to Render Queue. This now says Best Settings, Match Render Settings. I just always keep it like that. I'm going to make sure that my output to, I know where it's going to go. I always put my output to my desktop. And then I'm going to hit Save. And then over here, the last thing I want to do is hit render. And when you hear that ting, that means it's done. All right, so thank you so much for watching the tutorial. I look forward to seeing what your submission is going to be. All right, have a great rest of your day. Bye.